Hi, everyone. Jimmy here from the Maine Federation of Farmers Markets. Thanks for taking a few minutes to tune in. I'm here today to talk about our currency programs that are happening at your farmers markets. So let's jump right in. Before we jump into the rules, I want to share a snapshot of what these programs mean to our farmers markets. Last year, farmers markets across Maine redeemed over $860,000 through market currency programs. Over $300,000 from SNAP sales, and again over $300,000 in Maine Harvest Bucks sales, nearly $60,000 in Maine Senior FarmShare voucher redemption at your markets, and over $120,000 in bumper crop voucher redemption. And with bumper crop, we know that 90% of the shoppers spending those vouchers are also using their own cash while at market. So we estimate that an additional $200,000 of bumper crop, of their own cash was spent at market on those market visits. These programs aren't just about low-income food access. They're bringing in new customers, boosting total vendor sales, and keeping money circulating in our local communities. Protecting these programs protects all of us. That's why it is important to follow the rules. So let's quickly review what each currency can and cannot be used for. Starting with SNAP. So SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps. SNAP comes in one of two forms at your market. It's either going to be in token form in $5 and $1 denominations. That token is likely going to say SNAP on it. Or it comes in as a shopping sheet at your market. And with the shopping sheet, a SNAP shopper is walking around buying food from vendors, and you're writing how much is owed next to them, and then they go to the info booth to cash out and spend their SNAP there. So SNAP can be spent on fresh fruits and vegetables, meat, poultry, dairy, eggs, breads, grains, baked goods, any goods to take that are packaged, food goods that are packaged to take home are going to likely be SNAP eligible. Maple syrup, honey, jams, pickles, sauces, also food producing plants. SNAP is meant for food. It's meant for food that is supposed to be consumed at home. So hot or ready to eat foods like a slice of pizza or a breakfast sandwich or hot coffee would not be SNAP eligible. A bag of coffee beans sold at your market to be brought home to be brewed would be SNAP eligible. Of course, alcohol, tobacco, CBD and THC products, anything from the cannabis plant would not be allowed. No crafts, candles, soaps, tons of non-food items that are sold at markets, including flowers. None of them, cut flowers or arrangements, are SNAP eligible, and pet foods are not SNAP eligible. It's really important with SNAP to know what you can and cannot accept SNAP for, because it's fraud and it's actually a federal crime. There have been undercover stings at markets in Maine and other states, and we need to keep our programs and markets in good standing. Moving on to Maine Harvest Bucks. So Maine Harvest Bucks are a bonus incentive that customers earn when they spend SNAP. It's designed to help people on tight budgets buy more fresh local produce. Maine Harvest Bucks can be spent on fresh fruits and vegetables, raw unprocessed fruits and vegetables, food producing plants. Mushrooms are also included in the fruits and vegetables category. And then also processed fruits and veggies that have no salt, sugar, or fat added. At a farmer's market, that usually is referring to frozen blueberries. Maine Harvest Bucks cannot be spent on jams, baked goods, pickles, and sauces that have any salt, fat, or sugars added. It cannot be spent on hot or ready to eat foods. It cannot be spent on flowers. And of course, it cannot be spent on non-food items. If a vendor accepts Maine Harvest Bucks for ineligible items, they won't get reimbursed. Repeat violations can put a market's participation in this program at risk. And yes, when vouchers and receipts get turned in, we are checking and we do have access to those sales records to see which vendors are receiving which currencies. This program put $300,000 into the farmers market economy last year and helps feed over 40,000 Mainers. Everyone benefits when we follow these rules. Moving on to Senior FarmShare. So this year there's 22 markets that participate in Senior FarmShare. Hopefully you know if you're at one of those markets. I'll quickly move through this one. So Senior FarmShare vouchers come in these $5 and $1 denominations, and they can be spent on fresh fruits and vegetables and honey. That's it. fresh, raw, unprocessed fruits, vegetables, and honey. So again, no jams, baked goods, pickles, sauces, hot or ready-to-eat foods, flours, or non-food items, just fruits, vegetables, and honey. And I do want to rewind for a second and just call out, so Harvest Bucks is either going to come in $5 or $1 denominations of vouchers or tokens. If it's the tokens, it should say Harvest Bucks on them or fruit and vegetable only. The Harvest Bucks vouchers say fruit and vegetable only right on them. Maine Senior Farm Share, you're going to see $5 and $1 denominations. Again, you can only make change for these currencies in the same currency. So if you have singles of this currency, you can give some change back. You round up if it's a $3.50 charge, right? We don't have them in quarter denominations or 50-cent denominations. Senior Farm Share is going to say Maine Senior Farm Share right across the top and have this Maine Department of Ag logo on it. All right. Last but not least, bumper crop. So bumper crop is a workplace wellness program that gives these vouchers to employees to spend at farmers markets. These shoppers usually spend their own cash too. Bumper crop can be accepted for all food items. Anything that goes for the pizza or the hot coffee being served. Anything edible meant for people. And food producing plants are also allowed. Bumper crop cannot be spent on alcohol, tobacco, CBD products, hemp, cannabis. Again, even if it's edible, if it falls into those categories, cannot be accepted. Flowers, again, not food, cannot be used with bumper crop. And then the non-food items like craft candles and soaps. So just remember, simply put, bumper crop for all food items. A quick but crucial reminder here. Once any currency is spent, it's final. Vendors cannot use those vouchers or tokens to go buy something else. Vendors cannot swap one currency for another with other vendors. And if you see a violation of this, please report it to your market organizer or to MFFM immediately. Protecting the integrity of these programs is what keeps them running for everyone's benefit. Vendors should know what they can and can't accept for each program. They should be training their staff and helpers, and they should communicate clearly with their customers. These are the vendor responsibilities. Market organizers must ensure new vendors understand the rules, check tokens, vouchers, and shopping sheets at the end of each market, and enforce the rules fairly and consistently. We have reference sheets that are going to accompany this video and be sent out regularly by MFFM directly to you and to your market organizers. So hopefully you can print those reference documents and not have too much confusion over this. Lastly, just thanks for tuning in and taking this seriously. If you're unsure about a rule or an item, no problem. We've got those reference sheets. We are accessible. Emily's contact info is in this slide. If you still have a question, don't guess, ask your market manager or reach out to one of us. Thanks for everything you do to make these programs work for your markets and your communities. We appreciate you and we look forward to another great season at Maine's Farmers Markets.